Hi, I'm Dave Van Epps, and I'm honored and humbled to serve as the board chair for FCA Oakland, Macomb. I'm also a husband, a father, a business professional, an FCA endurance athlete, and most importantly, a child of the most amazing God. My wife and I live here in Harrison Township, where somehow God keeps finding ways to help us share His love with the lost and broken of our community. Throughout my life, I've often wondered why God put me in the places He did. Yet, in every situation, God somehow used me when I surrendered and prayed a simple prayer. Dear Lord, please reveal your will for my life and let me obey you. By obeying God, He's shown up in the craziest ways, and He's asked me to do some pretty crazy things. Yet, every time He asked me to do something, He covered my weakness with His strength. God's put me in business situations time and time again that I could not at all understand. Yet every time, He seemed to use me to reach out to somebody who was lost, broken, and far from Him. God also called me to become an endurance athlete when that was the furthest thing from my mind. In fact, it was so ridiculous that I actually argued with God before surrendering. I shouldn't admit it, but I did. And yet, God has used that platform of endurance sports to help me connect and share His love with countless athletes throughout various athletic disciplines. And lastly, God nudged me to write a few books. The current one is In Our Weakness We Are Strong, which I'm using as a way to raise money for FCA. Again, writing a book was never, ever something I imagined myself doing. Yet, when you pray that dangerous prayer of God, reveal your will to me, and He does, you need to step up, obey, and just trust. That's what happened in my story with FCA. When I first joined FCA, I could barely even spell FCA. I had no idea why I was there, and I had no idea what I was doing. All I knew is that I got that nudge from God. Once I started surrendering to God, He revealed Himself more and laid out the big picture. And the big picture is that Oakland and Macomb counties are gold mines. There are tons of athletes far from God. While our director Tim is an amazing person, he's still only one person. He needs a board behind him. When Tim first connected with me, I wasn't sure how I could be used in FCA, but the more he and I got to talking, the more I realized his spiritual gifts were not my spiritual gifts. My spiritual gifts were not his spiritual gifts. It was the perfect combination that God somehow knew that by bringing us together, I could fill in for his weakness, he could fill in for mine, and we could build a fantastic team that would serve these two counties. As board chair, I often find myself deep in the numbers. Number of huddles, number of students, number of campers, amount of AMP. That's all important, and that's all necessary for a healthy, vibrant ministry. But there's another side of that that really makes me excited about FCA, and that's the story of transformation. Transformation of one athlete's heart. Transformation of one coach who wants to lead his team to Christ. Those are the stories that make FCA what it is. I absolutely, positively love being a part of the FCA family. And I continue to find it completely amazing what God can do with simple, ordinary people when they simply pray, Lord, reveal your will to me and let me obey.